Shooting after Sexy Red's Broward music video killed one. Police say 3 involved. Weeks ago, gunfire erupted after rapper Sexy Red's music video shoot in Broward. Investigators have now identified 2 men and a teenager who they say were behind the shooting that killed one. Paul Olivier, 22, was charged Monday with first-degree murder, though court documents also named Dequan Griffin, 22, and a 17-year-old boy, whom the Miami Herald isn't naming due to his age, as suspects in the crime. Olivier is being held at the Broward jail without bond. Griffin and the 17-year-old are both at Miami-Dade's Metro West Detention Center, though only Griffin has an out-of-county warrant listed, according to jail records. On September 14th, Broward Sheriff's Office deputies were called to a disturbance at the Oakland Park Flea Market, in the 3100 block of West Oakland Park Boulevard, where Sexy Red's music video shoot was taking place. When they arrived, they heard multiple gunshots coming from the Chevron gas station, 3099 West Oakland Park Boulevard. A man, who BSO identified as Anthony Dennis, was killed at the scene. Another man was shot twice in the shoulder. According to court records, the injured man told police he and Dennis were headed to the gas station when masked men hopped out of a dark-colored sedan. The victim said he was at the video shoot earlier because his son, a rapper known as BTG, was making a cameo in Sexy Red's video. Before trying to take Dennis' jewelry, one of the gun-wielding men said, "You know what time it is?" The injured victim told investigators. He said he then reached for his Glock, which he had on his waistband, but one of the masked men noticed and sprayed 3 shots. The injured victim said he fired back but wasn't sure if he hit anyone. Dennis, court records say, was still wearing a gold Cuban link chain, valued at $15,000, when deputies arrived. A gold Rolex, also appraised at $15,000, was found under his body. Trio connected to Miami robbery. When leaving Booby Trap Strip Club in July, 2 men were robbed by a trio of masked men. Authorities in Miami-Dade identified and arrested Griffin and the 17-year-old in connection with that case. After those arrests, Broward detectives got a hold of Griffin's cell phone records. Further investigation placed him, and the teen, at the scene of the murder. Police also uncovered a handgun, an AR-15 style pistol and ski masks they believe were used in robberies, court records say. 2 iPhones, linked to Griffin and the teen, contained photos of Glocks, of other weapons and of Griffin wearing all black while holding a rifle. BSO analysis concluded that the casings on the murder scene were fired from a 9mm Glock. Olivier, who came to police's attention from phone records, rented a Chevy Malibu from September 1st to September 26th, court records say. The car's sunroof was shattered when it was returned, but Olivier explained it away by claiming that a coconut fell on it. Police now say the damage could have caused by the shooting. The Jump Out Boys, as they called themselves, frequently texted about divvying up their loot, which even including Rolex watches, according to court records. A string of texts dated around the time of Miami robbery show a back and forth between Olivier and Griffin, including, "I'm on the next lick boy, I gotta rings, get rental from Enterprise so ooh to pay much." The group discussed how they were gone rip em and how they wanted to recruit another person but feared finding a getaway driver that would be talking too much, court records say. Olivier suggested to just have somebody das gone listen in a driver's seat. In another exchange detailed in court records, Griffin talks about spending large sums of money. "I'm robbing this whole week and I GT a Rolex last night so I ain't blowing none if you being technical."
The simplicity of y'all crimes has not gotten complex at all. And how I mean this is this. These dudes was jump out boys, hop out gang, all that stuff. Rob and go. You know, these type of cats. Here's the funny part about it. Y'all crimes never get complex. But you know what does get complex? The ability for the cops to catch you. It went from, we'll rely on snitches, to, we'll use the cameras in the ATMs, to, oh, we'll put cameras outside the gas stations, to, we'll put cameras on our traffic, on our traffic signals and everything like that. Now it goes to, now we're going to use cell phone towers. Once we get your phone, all I need is a judge to say, here you go. Bang. So these morons are never going to see the day of light again. I know innocent until proven guilty and all that BS and everything like that. Let me help y'all out. Once they advanced technology and gave y'all these things called license plate readers, that's the game changer. Because what happens is, y'all don't know it, but I'll let you know it. They just read your license plates where you go. They make a determination of, hey, This is where he was at around this time and stuff like that. This can be the only person who did that. It's called the process of elimination. If I get rid of all of these factors, what remains is what is. And that's the worst part about you morons. So now you got some teenager who's broke, some 17-year-old who's broke, and some grown-ass man who led them astray. When it comes down to the hood and stuff like that, bro, and I keep telling you a lot of these things and all the time and all this crap and everything like that. The hood is messed up because we got kids leading kids. 24-year-olds should not be leading 17-year-olds unless they're directly related and they spitting the knowledge from dad. The only thing is they can articulate it to the youngins from what dad meant. But we keep on repeating this vicious cycle, not me in particular, but the dummies and the morons. So I had to say it to you guys in this way. Did we really think these niggas was going to get away like that, robbing somebody in a gas station? Nope. Now, everybody who said this has something to do with Sexy Red being there, actually, no. This happened across the street from some dudes who've been doing this. And what makes it even worse, a man is dead for defending himself, and another one is injured for defending himself because a bunch of lowlifes decided that they couldn't elevate in life. But it is what it is. Next story.
When will YNW Melly's retrial start? Judge sets new date, gives prosecutors more time. Rapper YNW Melly's retrial is once again being pushed back after prosecutors asked for additional time to prepare for the double murder case. Broward Circuit Court Judge John Murphy granted prosecutors' request, giving the state 3 extra weeks. Opening arguments are expected to begin February 5th, instead of the originally rescheduled date in January. In a filing, prosecutors Alexandra Buckaloo, Taylor Collins and Justin Griffiths cited recent developments in the case, including the removal of lead prosecutor Christine Bradley and new witness tampering charges against Melly. Buckaloo, who was on the team that tried the 3 men convicted of rapper XXXTentacion, was assigned to Melly's case in October, days after Bradley being ousted from the case. While Murphy didn't find that Bradley's integrity and veracity as a prosecutor have been compromised, he said in a court filing that he granted the defense's motion to recuse her in an abundance of caution. Defense attorneys have repeatedly said they plan to call Bradley as a witness in the retrial. The prosecutor's removal is tied to a 2022 incident on the 7th floor of the Broward courthouse allegedly involving Miramar Police Detective Mark Moretti. Public Corruptions Unit Prosecutor Michelle Boutros, who previously testified about the incident, was present when Moretti was taking a statement from Jamie King, Melly's mother. King's attorney Robert Trackman and Broward Sheriff's Office Sergeant Jason Hendrick were also there at the time. At some point, Hendrick stepped out, and Moretti executed a search warrant for King's phone. Shortly after, BSO Deputy Adam Gorel arrived at the conference room. When King and Trackman left, Moretti told Gorel that he should say he was present when Moretti executed the search warrant, Boutros said on the stand. Accounts of what Moretti said, or didn't say, differ among the parties in the case. According to a filing by Bradley, Moretti asked Gorel whether he was there when the phone was taken, and Gorel said something along the lines of, "I can be if you needed me to be." Boutros, on the stand, declared that Gorel didn't say that. The detective, according to Prosecutor Griffiths, isn't under investigation by any agency for alleged misconduct. In a September memo, Internal Affairs Sergeant Brittany Parker closed a complaint made by King against Moretti, also writing that Boutros' claims about the detective contradicted Gorel's sworn statement.
I do 100%, let me say this again, I do 100% believe that Mark Moretti is a dirty cop. And I think people don't understand we had to make a delineation between the criminal and the cop. The cop can't break the law because the cop has a set of rules. It's like Batman. Batman won't kill because if Batman kills, then that makes him no better than the criminals. If we do the thing called the shadow test, right? And I show one person committing a crime and another person that is being the victim of a crime, if that person who's doing the crime is a cop, that makes him a criminal. Period. A lot of people won't ever understand that part, but let's get even further with it. They're trying to make sure that they get Moretti off of there. Now, they're taking a hell of a gamble because I would say, personally, you want to do this as fast as possible because with the new prosecutor, she don't really know too much about anything. Now, she has been helping and all that stuff, but as far as the head of the head, she ain't that. So if she catches up, she might be even worse because The other lady, Christine Bradley, was trash, bro. She came off bland. She came off weird. She came off terrible. She couldn't even basically elicit emotion out of people. When you drop your closing statement, your closing argument, you have to try to get people's emotions. You just do. It's called playing the person. And she didn't do that. She rolled her eyes and walked the hell off. Bro, who the hell you think you is? So if the new lady can pull it off, it's bad for Melly. But what I would say is, if they get Moretti off the what's the name? If they get him off the stand, I don't necessarily think that that's a W. Now, we're going to sit back and go, yeah, you should be destroying the ballistics person. Actually, no. Because why would we be destroying the ballistics person when 100% we seen what Melly is trying to do? Melly is trying to say, bro, I had nothing to do with the shooting, so I don't need to prove anything as far as the shooting goes. But we'll see, bro. What does this mean for Bortland, though? They're obviously going to push his stuff back and everything like that. It's just certain things that's going on with this case, but we just sit back and we go, what the hell were you thinking and what the hell is coming next? Is this case fascinating? Yeah, because a majority of people believe that YNW Melly actually did it. And there's a small percentage of people who are more vocal than the people who believe he did it that are absolutely saying, hey, bro, nah, he didn't do it and all this stuff and everything like that, because I think we all can agree. Moretti did not do a thorough enough investigation to disprove that YNW Melly was the person. Like I said, process of elimination has to exist. And with your man Moretti, I just don't believe it existed. Now, some of y'all can disagree and some of y'all will disagree, and that's perfectly fine. But what I would tell y'all is this. If there was a slight possibility that YNW Melly didn't do it, and he actually didn't do it, so that cost this man his life. And that's ultimately what we're doing. When you give a person a life sentence, you are taking their natural born life away from them. Because obviously they couldn't conduct themselves in a law-abiding citizen way. Now, some of y'all gonna feel how you gonna feel. You're gonna feel I'm on the payroll. You're gonna feel that I'm going 100% against YNW Melly. That's your own thing. I can't tell y'all how to feel. But what I can say is this. Moretti's a dirty cop, and we have no room for more dirty cops, because at the end of the day, Moretti knew protocol, and he decided to go against protocol. He knew that he should have had a cop with him right then and there that were supposed to be able to take stuff. You were out of county, and he didn't adhere to that. Now, I'm not saying that, hey, bro, just because he didn't adhere to the laws that he wasn't supposed to, but what the hell are the laws for? Next one. The streets been waiting on me to drop. These suckers waiting on me to flop. Tell them suckers keep on hating. Hold your breath, nigga, die from waiting. Little baby. All right, man. I put out a theory a while ago, and I said these niggas is canceling their shows and their concert tours and all this stuff because the PPP money ran out. If y'all go back and y'all look at when the concerts was booming and Lil Baby and Lil Durk, it seemed like these was the next power brokers. They're not. And the funny part about it is Durk canceled his tour, wasn't making no money. Lil Baby canceled his tour, wasn't making no money. You want to know why? Because you niggas have turned, and not Lil Baby, but more so Lil Durk, you niggas have turned rap into gang. Just gonna be fair, square, obvious, and honest. Y'all have turned the industry into such a weird-ass place right now that it hadn't been since the so-called East Coast, West Coast wars. And it's sad because at a time where you can profit off yourself the most, you can buy some features real quick as an independent artist, blow yourself up, pay for the right people to promo, and all this stuff and everything like that, you can do it yourself. But some choose not to. And I'm not telling you you're wrong for it. But Lil Baby absolutely did fall off. The problem with it is you're in a society where they crave new. We want the new sounds and all this stuff. You think I was the only person with that Rilo Rodriguez take? Like, all right, bro, We heard enough of Rallo. Somebody else tagged in. Rallo double back. I wasn't the only person. This is something that the whole entire industry was doing. So what I want Lil Baby to do is take it personal. They said you fell off. Come back harder. They said you ain't hitting the shame, man. Come back and punch them in their mouths. But one thing you cannot do is really get upset with what the people think. And I think ultimately that's what he's really saying. He may not come out and outwardly admit it, and people may not want to admit it, but Lil Baby has fallen off. But it doesn't mean he can't get back up. Why is it that when you say somebody fell off, it's that much of a bad thing? It's not as much as a death sentence anymore because, first off, Lil Baby has too many people backing him. Way too many people backing him. But the problem is when it's your time in the sun, you have to shine the most. And it seems like, with no disrespect of how I say this, he worried about too much living when, bruh, these first 5 years that you doing this stuff, you have to make your legacy. That's the only thing. Make your legacy within these first 5 years, so then that way, all you have to do is come out and then put out certain things. It's not like it was 7 years ago. It just ain't. Hell, even Drake can't even go 2 years without putting out an album. Drake still got to hop on features and do this and find a wave that's popping, put his sauce on it and make sure that it goes viral. But absolutely, 100%, Lil Baby has fell off. But it's not as though he can't get back on top. He absolutely can, and more than likely will. But if he don't come back out hungry and all this stuff is spitting that ghetto gospel, bro, I'm sorry. But you might have just helped somebody else take your spot, because there's too many cats out here right now that sounding like Lil Baby. And if you find one who can sound a little bit like him and then spin it their own way, we ain't gonna need cuz no more.
So no punches between McDaniels and Thompson, just a lot of swinging. Green comes in.
Draymond was wrong on this one, bro. They should get like a 2-game suspension, but I'm going to tell you why. Some of y'all going to come in and say Rudy Gobert was wrong and all that and everything like that. If you look at what Rudy Gobert actually did, he was trying to rip him away, even though he shouldn't have did that. He should have just got in the middle of it, because this is a big man. Like, this is a huge dude, kind of like 7'3". He should have stood in the middle, well, 7'1". He should have stood in the middle of that with his hands up, bro, because in the heat of the moment, bruh, don't grab my teammate, grab yours. Don't grab my teammate, nigga, grab yours. Now, Rudy definitely deserves a fine. I'll say that, but Draymond took it to the extreme. And I'm going to be fair, the league, like, I want to say probably like 70% of the league don't like Rudy Gobert, bro. It ain't because of him giving everybody the pandemic and everything like that and poisoning the league. It's not that, bro. For some odd reason, I don't know, and I'm not going to, I only think I got like 2 NBA homies that follow me on Instagram. Shout out to them. But, bruh, I'm not about to get in there and ask them certain questions about why people don't like Rudy Gobert. But y'all can YouTube this. A lot of NBA players don't like Rudy. They don't like Chris Paul either. I don't like Chris Paul. But it is what it is, bruh. Draymond is out of bounds because, bruh, all right, if you wanted to pull him off of him, all right, cool. You did it in an aggressive way, but you didn't let go. You didn't let go. Now, did Rudy oversell it? Of course he did. But he didn't let go of Rudy Gobert, bro. And I don't know what it is about Draymond, bro, but the more and more over the years, I'm starting to dislike dude. When Dre first came out, it was like, all right, he got something to prove. All right, he can affect the game in so many other ways. Bruh, he was the one who essentially gave the the Cavaliers they ring with LeBron, but also at the same time, he also was one of the ones who was damn near going to take him to the promised land, and he did it. So with that being said, bro, Draymond, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know cuz. I don't want to know cuz. I know that he know a couple of the homies and stuff like that. And if I just so happen to see him, it is what it is. Do I want to talk to dude and everything like that? Hell no, I don't want to talk to this nigga. I'll walk around like, bro, we could be in the same space and everything like that. But I have nothing to say to dude, because at the end of the day, you have to be what you are. Now, once again, if he would have just grabbed Rudy Gobert up off of him, I don't think he would have been objected. But the reason why he's going to end up getting suspended probably 2 games, or maybe even 1, or a big-ass fine, is because, bruh, you didn't let go. You did not let go. And that's the issue. But, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this one, man. Every 4 hours, we back on it, man. Reloaded. We had 7,000 views, man, so help us run it up, run it up, run it up. Tell me if y'all like this, by the way, man. We just trying something different. I think y'all functioning with it this way, because some of y'all want me to talk about other stuff, but unfortunately for YouTube, they only going to crank out as much as they going to crank out. But every 4 hours, we going to be dropping on Reloaded.